The Virginia Horse Industry Board and the Virginia Christmas Tree Growers Association are proud sponsors of Virginia farming.
This program's brought to you by the Virginia Farm Bureau. Large or small, Virginia farmers work year-round to help put food on your table. And Farm Bureau works year-round to help farmers and all Virginians. Farming, it's all good. To learn more, go to vafarmbureau.org.
Hi everybody, welcome to Virginia Farming. I'm Amy Rocher. Today we're talking about sour grapes, but a good kind. We visit Virginia Vinegar Works and learn how they make vinegar. Then Chris Mullins shows us ways to garden in containers from the ground up. We'll also have the Ag Calendar, a Minute in the Field video, and of course the Ag News of the Week, all on this edition of Virginia Farming. Congratulations to the champions of the 95th Annual Western National Roundup Livestock Contest. The Rockingham County 4-H Livestock Judging Team placed first in the competition that was recently held in Denver, Colorado. Team members are Michaela Nesselrod, Bailey Carpenter, Kaylee Ellington, and Hannah Cron. The team is coached by 4-H volunteers Dave Walker and Tammy Cron. The team won the state contest in June and was invited to compete at the Western National Roundup. The team will now be invited to an international competition. Well, a Virginia farmer in Appomattox County is converting pasture land to trees to create a nutrient credit bank to offset the impacts of construction in the state. The USDA's Patrick O'Leary has the story.
John Harrison's 900-acre Wildwood farm in south central Virginia has been in his family for more than a century. With an eye to the future, John has cut back on his beef cattle herd and now has trees on former pasture land. The trees help control erosion and nutrient runoff, which means cleaner water flowing from the farm to the Chesapeake Bay.
When we get a 1-inch rain, the stream that our streams run into would be muddy. Ours is always clear. It never gets muddy.
Thousands of trees have been planted, with the costs covered by a local company that is using this positive practice for the environment to offset negative water quality effects within the same river basin.
It is a land conversion project where we took active subprime farmland and placed a timber product on it.
The timber product, riparian buffers and forested areas, qualifies under state law as a bank of tradable nutrient credits. Over time, the credits are traded for cash from developers, who are required to address water quality when they build roads, parking lots, and such in Virginia. The cash covers the cost of the tree planting project and payments to the farmer.
What you've seen today on this farm with this nutrient bank, I think is probably the most innovative new cash revenue stream that we have for paying for bay cleanup. And it was done with private money.
The USDA's Natural Resources Conservation Service works with farmers and ranchers to help them protect the environment and keep their operations sustainable, both of which are happening here.
This farm is really a watershed success story and a great example of how a nutrient bank can work.
It's a first step in cleaning up the rivers and the Chesapeake Bay, and it creates another revenue stream for us as well.
In Appomattox County, Virginia, for the U.S. Department of Agriculture, I'm Pat O'Leary.
Thanks, Patrick. Governor McAuliffe announced that Virginia was selected for 2 USDA awards that will help connect Virginia agricultural producers with school systems statewide. The awards include a USDA grant for Virginia's Farm to School program, as well as a USDA pilot program that will enable Virginia schools to purchase locally grown produce for their school meal programs. Now, both programs are designed to support the school's pre-existing relationships with vendors, growers, wholesalers, and distributors, while increasing the use of locally grown, unprocessed fruits and vegetables in school meal programs. Well, Copper Fox Distillery is one of Virginia's oldest craft distilleries, and it will open its second malting, production, aging, and tasting facility in the city of Williamsburg. The company, the first distillery in the world to use apple and cherry wood smoke to flavor their malt, will invest over $2 million and create 28 new jobs in Williamsburg, all while sourcing 100% of its grain from Virginia agricultural producers. It's less than a mile away from the heart of colonial Williamsburg. The new location for Copper Fox Distillery raises the profile of the craft distillery industry in the state, merging the interest of agriculture, tourism, and community revitalization. Well, there are only about 20 vinegar makers in the United States, and one of them happens to be right here in Virginia. Today we visit Virginia Vinegar Works and find out what they're all about. That's straight ahead on Ag Insights. Today we're in Shipman, Virginia in Nelson County, and we're visiting Virginia Vinegar Works. I'm joined by Jay Rostow, the owner. And Jay, you and your wife started Virginia Vinegar Works how long ago?
Steph and I started about 7 years ago at our home, just as a hobby.
Now, what on earth gave you all the idea to start a vinegar company of all things?
We were at a farmer's market in Northern California shopping for some salad stuff one time, and we found these wonderful little bottles of olive oil that were a micro batch production by a number of the vendors at the farmer's market, and there was not a drop of vinegar to be seen.
Wow, I was going to say, what's been your growth since, in 7 years, how's your growth been?
It's been pretty good. We moved from our house to a place in Schuyler, and we outgrew that. Now we've moved to this place here in Shipman, and we're getting ready to outgrow this.
So let's talk about the process of making vinegar.
Okay.
I guess there's many different ways to do it, but you guys are a little bit unique in the way you do it. Can you walk us through the process?
Sure. We use an old-fashioned method that came out of 16th century France called the Orleans method. And basically what this is just an exposure of a alcohol-containing liquid to oxygen in the presence of what we use, the Acetobacter bacteria, to create our vinegar. And it's a long-term, continuous process, very similar to the process which one would use to make sourdough bread.
Okay. So a fermentation kind of process?
It's a conversion. It's
Okay.
a bacterial conversion. It's a sort of a secondary conversion to fermentation. Fermentation, where one is making beer or wine, uses sugar and yeast to create alcohol. And what we use is the Acetobacter bacteria to take alcohol and create acetic acid.
Okay. And I think most of us are very familiar with the apple cider vinegar that we find on most of the grocery store shelves. But yours is made from wine, and wine that was actually once in these barrels.
Yes.
Explain to us how that works.
Okay. We will source wine, which oftentimes is already going towards vinegar in the winery, and we'll take that wine and we'll run our vinegar conversion process on it. We use stainless vats to do our conversion in. We'll introduce the wine into the stainless vat, introduce some vinegar mother, which is basically unpasteurized vinegar from a previous batch, and we let it sit. Occasionally we'll remove the mother, which forms on top, and discard it. We don't want it to fall to the bottom or it'll start to decompose and actually rob the oxygen from the liquid that we're trying to get oxygen into. So that's part of our process. It takes about 2 to 3 months to create vinegar from an alcoholic solution.
Now, this alcoholic solution, you're not going out and buying barrels of Cabernet or anything like that that's not going to that would normally be bottled for consumer use as wine.
Correct.
How do you get your wines?
We source a lot of wine through the wineries. We've developed some pretty good relationships with winemakers throughout the years. When we first came on to do vinegar, we had a little bit of a rough time breaking into the wine world. Not many people were very candid about the fact that they had wine that they weren't happy with. And when we went and asked about sourcing wine that they might not be willing to bottle, it took a while to develop those relationships. We've developed them, and now we source that wine from winemakers that generally have something that may already start to be going towards vinegar in the winery due to any number of circumstances.
Wow. So you're taking this wine that's already starting to turn towards vinegar, which is exactly what the winemakers don't want.
Exactly.
But you're able to harness that and take what they would probably regularly throw out
Yes.
or dispose of in some manner.
Yes.
And now you're making it into something that I've heard everyone say is really, really good vinegar.
Thank you, thank you. We're really proud of it. And I will say that you can't use a really bad wine to make a really good vinegar. So we have a pretty stiff criteria for what we accept as far as stock for what we're going to make into our vinegar product. And it's been a bit of a learning curve, learning what things that we can transcend in the vinegar making process and what things we can't. There are certain issues that accompany some wines that will not allow us to make a good vinegar out of that product.
Okay.
And,
And did you learn all that just as you went?
yes.
Did you? Okay. A lot of trial and error over the last 7 years
Bit
to
of
get to
pain,
where you
yeah.
are. But it sounds like you're really on the ball because you've grown so much in such a short time. I mean, you're already at your basically third facility, and I think you mentioned to me earlier that you're really outgrowing this spot.
We are, and we've got a lot of product that we can work with. We're learning and doing different things with the product. We're getting into more and more supermarkets and specialty stores, so that's really helping us in our growth.
I wanted to ask you about the mother. I know a lot of people who are looking for home health remedies. A lot of places you read they want the mother in the vinegar because it has certain good bacteria or something. Can you explain to me what the mother is and if or how you guys use it in your vinegar?
Sure. What we refer to as the mother is a bacterial mat of cellulose which forms on top of vinegar. It's not really an essential part of the process. It's just proof that the process is happening underneath. I imagine it got the term in the first place because it's protecting what's underneath it from dust and bugs and other things getting actually into the liquid. We regularly take that mother off and discard it and compost it. It represents a barrier between the oxygen and the liquid, and we're trying to get the oxygen to the liquid to nourish the bacteria that are in the liquid so that they can continue on with the conversion. So the thicker that mother gets, the less oxygen we get into our liquid, and eventually it has to be removed. Or it'll fall and it'll start to decompose in the liquid and rob the oxygen that we're trying to get into the liquid in the first place.
So walk us through the process. Now, you said you put the wine into the vats to start the conversion.
Yes.
So where do the barrels, what comes next, and where do these barrels come into play?
What we do is we measure the acidity of the vinegar as it's rising. And when we get it to the acidity that we want it to be, we stop the process by excluding oxygen. Basically, that means that we take that vinegar and we put it into a barrel and seal it, fill the barrel up all the way, and eliminate the oxygen. That stops the bacteria in the liquid from doing any more conversion.
Okay.
Otherwise, you will get a very, very high acid vinegar on the finish.
Which is not really what you're looking for.
No, it's not. It's not. We're looking for a very delicate balance of acidity and fruit and flavor from the wines that we work with or the beers that we work with when we make our malt vinegar.
Okay. So the malt vinegar, I know you make a malt, we have here, and you use Star Hill.
Yes. We take Star Hill beer.
Which is Virginia beer
It's a Virginia
around
beer.
the Charlottesville area, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so what is the difference between this malt vinegar and then the red wine vinegar that you make from the wine?
Basically just the fact that it's made from a malt beverage instead of a wine. And the malt vinegars generally have a bit more residual sweetness to them. They're very good on fish and chips, which is a British term for potato fries.
Mm-hmm.
Malt vinegar is very good on any sort of potato fry, anything in the cabbage family, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, all very, very good. Grilled asparagus spears. Mm-hmm. It's sweeter. It's lighter bodied. It's not as acidic. We don't want to make it quite as acidic as our wine vinegars. And so it's a fun little product that, once again, is a winner for us and Star Hill.
How does your product differ from commercial products that we might find on the grocery store shelf?
Our product is done using the old-fashioned Orleans method, which comes out of 16th century France. It's an old-fashioned continuous method. It takes us about 2 to 3 months to make a batch of vinegar before it goes into aging. Commercial vinegar manufacturers use what's called a bubble column reactor, which is a piece of equipment that gets the job done in about 2 to 3 days. It yields a very acidic, sharp vinegar, and most of those vinegars, if you look on the label on the bottle, it will say diluted with water to such and such percent acidity, and that's a bubble column.
Because it
vinegar.
is so acidic when the process is finished.
They have to dilute it.
And yours is not like that.
No.
Yours is a much sweeter.
It's sweeter, it's very much more full flavored, nicely colored,
Okay.
very aromatic.
It's amazing. You've got so many different types of vinegar here, and you've also been experimenting a little bit more with other fruits, not just wine, because you have a raspberry.
We do. We've been.
And a nectarine. Is this?
Yeah.
Yes, this one's the nectarine.
Yeah.
So how did that come about?
That was sort of a bit of an accident, I think. The nectarine came first, and it was. We had bought a big box full of nectarines one time to do some canning with, and we brought them home, and we thought, wow, we're canning these nectarines away, and it looks like they're multiplying in the box, and we couldn't make them all go away. We thought, well, maybe we should make a nectarine vinegar, and it was delicious. So
wow.
It was just one of those very small batch things that we did at home, and we
And you were really pleased with it?
Really pleased with it.
See, again, it comes down to that trial and error, and you were willing to take that step and give it a shot. So what's next for you guys? It seems like you're constantly trying new things. Do you have something new on the horizon you can share with us, or?
Well, we just put out a sweet vinegar, which is the first one that we did. We made in a red wine base. So we took Cabernet Franc vinegar and we infused it with blackberries and we sweetened it a bit. And that's another collaboration that we did with Agriberry, and it's a new product for us. So that's going to be coming out very, very soon en masse. We've been asked about doing sweet vinegars and balsamics, and this is pretty much our approximation of a balsamic at first.
I want to talk about the care for the vinegar when you bring it home. Does it need any special treatment? Should it be refrigerated?
I don't think that the vinegar needs to be refrigerated as long as you use it in a fairly short period of time. The one thing that's an enemy to all foodstuffs is oxygen. So the more head space you have in the bottle, the quicker what's left in the bottle is going to change its flavor. Vinegar's not going to go bad. You're going to lose some of the fruitiness of it if you let it go more than 2 or 3 months in the bottle. So try to use it within that period of time.
Okay, so in a couple of months?
I'd say so, yeah.
Okay. Now, if people are looking for your product, where are some places they can find Virginia Vinegar Works?
We're in the Mid-Atlantic Whole Foods system, so you'll find us in a lot of the Whole Foods from DC to Virginia, up into Pennsylvania, Maryland area, gourmet shops, specialty food stores, health food stores, food co-ops. That's where you'll find us.
Okay. And you guys have a website. Can you share that with our viewers?
Yes, it's www.virginiavinegarworks.com.
Great. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you so much for taking your time and showing us around today. We really do appreciate it.
My pleasure, and thanks for coming to visit.
Absolutely. We'll be right back. Not everyone has the space for a full-fledged garden. Today, Chris Mullins shares tips on container gardening from the ground up.
Well, hello everyone. Today we're at Randolph Farm at Virginia State University, and we're going to talk about container gardening. Now, many of you live in areas where you don't have a very big yard, but you've got a deck and a patio and you like to garden. So containers might be the thing for you, and even some of you that have big yards maybe don't want to do all that work, and so a container garden situation would be good for you. It's fun, it's easy, and it's a good way to grow some plants. One of the first things you have to think about, though, is what type of container you're going to use. Now, some plants have a large root ball and they need a larger pot or container, and others don't, and they can use a more shallow container. But you can use just about anything as a container. You can use even things like this hanging basket container to plant in, and it's not really deep, so something that would have a shallow root. Even 5-gallon buckets can be useful. They can carry a lot of material in there. But you need to make sure that there's holes drilled in the bottom of it so that the water, when you irrigate, will leach out of there. Large containers like this, shallow containers like this one, all kinds of things can be used as containers. It really is up to you and how creative you are. Now, one of the things you need to think about is, what am I going to put in that container? Well, I would advise you to use some type of soilless media, not soil from the garden, but some type of soilless media that you can buy from a garden center or a greenhouse supply company or something like that. And this media will be usually peat-based or bark-based. It'll have a little bit of bark in it, maybe a little bit of perlite, and that will help in drainage and not let it be so wet all the time. So think about that. You can buy this in bags and put it right into your container. Well, the first thing we're going to look at here, we've got kind of a bowl-shaped container here. It has a hole in the bottom so that water can leach out. It's kind of decorative, and we filled it full of media here, and we're kind of leveling that up. You'll notice I've left a little bit of room at the top so that when you water, it's not going to just splash out. If you were to mound this up, that water would kind of roll off the side, so it wouldn't be very easy to irrigate. So we're going to call this maybe a salad bowl, and we're going to put some things in here like lettuce and maybe some herbs, and have something that you can have throughout the season. You might even be able to plant some seeds in here, some lettuce seeds, for example, and so you'll almost have succession planting. So you would harvest lettuce, and then the lettuce that's starting to grow from seed will be ready a little bit later. So that shallow bowl did a good job for that lettuce and some of those herbs that are shallow rooted. But things like tomatoes, for example, require a much bigger container. And you can see this large one I've got here. It's probably 16 to 8 inches in diameter and about at least that much deep. And this is a really good size for tomato. You can get a little bit bigger ones maybe. But we're going to put one tomato in this. So what we're going to do, because this is so tall and leggy, we're going to take off a few of these leaves. And then we're going to bury it pretty deep. So we're going to make a nice depression in here, get it down in there, and bury it a little deep. Now these tomatoes will send out roots all along that stem that's buried, and it will fall over quite a bit. So things like cages are going to be useful for this. And we have this cage right here. You can find these, you can make cages, but you can also find these at garden centers. And look at this neat color here. So you just pop this down in there, make sure it gets a good hold. Now this tomato will grow up through here. You might have to train it a little bit. And there are going to be some side shoots or suckers like this one right here that are going to come out. In this situation, I would recommend on your patio to let a few of these suckers grow. That will kind of give you a bushy plant. But you might want to take a few of those off so it doesn't get too bushy. Well, another type of container is this one here. This is a Vertigrow type container. You can see it's made out of polystyrene. You can get several of these. They're kind of small. You fill them with media just like we showed you before, but they're stackable. So it's a vertical system. This is almost made for strawberries. So a lot of you like to plant strawberries and put it out on your patio. Got some strawberries here, and I'll kind of show you how it works. You take the plant, you put it right in the corner of each of these 4 corners on this container here, and push them in there really, really well. You can see that kind of go in there pretty easy. We're going to put the last one in right now, and what happens? You use that. You've got the other one ready to go, filled with media, and you pick this up, and it sits at an angle here on the first one, and so it becomes a stackable system. And so then you would plant 4 more here, and you stack another one on top of that, and stack another one on top of that. And what you end up with is a tower of strawberries in this case. But there are other material you could plant in here, and kind of does a neat job. It's kind of interesting on your patio, and using every bit of the square foot of your area to grow something. Vertical gardening. Well, for more information about container gardening, visit the Virginia Cooperative Extension website or contact your local master gardener. For From the Ground Up, I'm Chris Mullins. We'll see you next time.
Taking a look at the ag calendar, the Virginia Tech Beef Cattle Health Conference will be held on Saturday, January 31st from 9 to 3. This conference is designed to give beef cattle producers an opportunity to learn strategies to improve the health of their herds. Now, attendance will meet the requirement for Beef Quality Assurance recertification for those already certified in the Virginia Beef Quality Assurance Program. That does it for our show. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great week. I'm Amy Rocher for Virginia Farming.
This program's brought to you by the Virginia Farm Bureau. From apples to zucchini, Virginia farmers work hard to put food on your table. And Farm Bureau works year-round to help farmers and all Virginians. Farming, it's all good. To learn more, go to vafarmbureau.org.